Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. My name's Liz and let's jump into these super cute neutral Valentines DIYs. For this first one, you're going to grab one of these heart wreath forms from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to take a piece of fabric. Now you can use whatever fabric you want. You could even use ribbon if you wanted to, but I wanted to create a backing for this so that when I glued things down to the wreath form, that it would stick a little bit better and it would give the back a cleaner finish. So all I did was cut out a square that was big enough for the outside of my heart, and then I traced out a heart from the middle, and I'm going to take some hot glue and I'm just going to wrap that fabric around the outside and the inside wires, just covering up those edges to give all the edges a nice clean look. You will have to do a little bit of cutting here and there to be able to wrap the fabric around the edges of the wreath, just because it's not all gonna fit perfectly. So I did have to do little snips here and there so that I could wrap that fabric around the wreath. Now I'm going to take pages from a book. I cut them in half and I'm going to start turning these into kind of flower-like petals. All I'm going to do is fold the paper in half and then I'm going to kind of smush the edges all together. You can see what I'm doing here. And then at the bottom, I'm just going to form it into a point. I'm going to add some hot glue and then I'm going to glue that down to my wreath. So again, just to show you, I'm going to fold it in half and then I'm going to kind of push those ends in, form a little point at the bottom, and then hot glue it down. And this is what I did around the entire wreath. I went around the outside portion of the wreath and then the inside portion. This did take me probably about 100 pages, plus I cut all those pages in half, so it was probably around 200 pieces that I had to do. But that's all going to depend on how you want your wreath to look. If you want it to look really full, the more pages you're going to use, obviously. Now again, while using a hot glue gun, make sure you are very careful. I ended up really burning my finger in this, so you'll see my thumb will have a band-aid on it soon. So just make sure you're wearing your protective silicone finger things and making sure that you're keeping your fingers away from that hot glue, because it hurt really, really bad. Once I've got all the pages in there as full as it can go, I took a look at it and found where I could still see some of that fabric or any other little spots that may be needing one or two more pages, and I just added those pieces where necessary. And that's it for this super adorable book page wreath. I absolutely love this. You could keep it as it is and hang it just like this in your home. I decided to grab this frame that I've had from Hobby Lobby for quite some time now, and I just hung it on there using a piece of ribbon from the Dollar Tree, and I think it turned out absolutely adorable. This has got to be my favorite Valentine's piece of decor that I own. I absolutely love it.
I was at the wrong place at the right time, 'cause suddenly there you were with those bright blue eyes. We were conversing into the night sky when you took my hand.
If you guys are new to my channel, hey, my name's Liz and I love all things crafting and DIY. If that's something that you enjoy too, consider subscribing to my little crafting family. You can also find me on Instagram and Facebook, where you can see other projects that I make and where you can also purchase my decals on my Facebook shop. For this DIY, you're going to grab a shadow box from the Dollar Tree. I just started by taking the entire thing apart, taking the backing out, and removing the glass from the frame. Now I'm going to take some pure acetone. You could also use a little razor blade if you wanted, but I find that this is the easiest way for me to do it. I soaked some on a paper towel and then I just started by removing the lettering from the back of the frame. I got this super cute scrapbook paper from a pack from Joann's, and I'm just going to trace out the back of that sign. I'm going to use a glue stick to attach it to that back piece of the sign. Now I'm going to take some Waverly Wax and Antique, and I'm just going to slightly distress this frame. It did have kind of a wood look to it, kind of some wood engravings, and I just wanted to make it look a little less plastic looking. So I just did a little dry brush technique over the entire frame. I'm going to take this table scatter hearts from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to insert my glass back into my frame, and I'm going to pour those on top of my glass, and then I'm just going to reassemble my entire frame. I'm going to flip that over, and I'm going to take these rub-on transfers that you can also get from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to cut out the letters to say P.S. I love you. I love this saying, and it's actually one of my all-time favorite movies, so I had to put that on there. And I just lined everything up on the right side using a ruler to help keep me as straight as possible. And I just went from the top row to the bottom row just so that I could make sure that I was getting them as even as I possibly could, and then starting from the right, working my way to the left. And that is it for this super cute shadow box. I absolutely love the way that this turned out. It has one of my favorite all-time sayings on it, and I think it's such a cute piece of neutral decor.
Don't wanna be shy. I will let my guard down. Don't wanna be shy. I will let my guard down. I wanna laugh.
For this DIY, I am going to trace out 6 hearts on a piece of cardboard. I just used one of these wooden sticker hearts that you can get from the Dollar Tree. I didn't have enough to use them in this DIY, but cardboard is the perfect alternative if you don't have those sticker hearts, and I am not very good when it comes to freehanding, so that is why I use the heart as just a template to get those hearts nice and even. Once I've got those hearts all drawn on there, I'm going to take my scissors and I'm just going to start cutting out each heart. And then once all of those are cut out, I'm going to take some of these little adhesive dots that you can grab from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to stick those on my hearts so that my twine and string has something to grip onto without using hot glue. And I'm going to start by pressing that twine onto that adhesive dot. Now I'm just going to start wrapping my twine all the way around this heart. No which way or pattern to it. You're just going to do it in a messy kind of form. Just wrapping it all around that cardboard heart till you get the thickness and the coverage that you like. Once you've gotten that complete, you can cut off the excess and hot glue that remaining piece of twine down, and then you're just going to follow this same step for all of your hearts. I did 2 of each color, so 2 twine, 2 white string, and then 2 of that gray blue string. And you're just going to do that exact same thing. I did end up adding some more adhesive dots to each heart. I did about 4 per heart so that it would give a good base to stick down to. And then I just wrap the string all the way around the heart until I get it to the way that I want it, the amount of coverage that it has, and the thickness that I want it to have. It is super easy and simple to do. Now once I've got those all complete, I'm going to start by stringing them onto a piece of twine. I just strung the twine through a piece of the string on the back of the heart, arranged them the distance that I wanted them, and I also like this so that when I put this on my little fence, I can adjust the heart as necessary and they don't move around a ton or anything like that. They do stay in place. And if you know me and you've seen my past videos, you know that I love to make garlands to put on a little fence that I have on the top of my cupboards in my kitchen, and this looked so cute on there, and this looked perfect for that fence.
I was at the wrong place at the right time, 'cause suddenly there you were with those bright blue eyes. We were conversing under the night sky when you took my hand, said let's leave now. Don't wanna be shy. talked about everything that was on our.
And that's it for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Let me know which was your favorite project in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe before you guys leave. Give it a big thumbs up if you liked it, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!